Hey, this is Will from Impact Physical Therapy, coming out with a few short videos with the Open coming up. You know, there's a lot of common movements that will come out every year that still happen to trip folks up. So today we want to talk about overhead squat and some of the things that you can do to help improve your game over these next couple weeks, knowing that it's probably something that we're going to have to do. I think nowadays people do a really good job of taking care of their tissues, stretching, flossing, mobilizing, anything under the sun, and that's really sometimes doesn't get the job completely done. So we want to talk about that brain-body connection and tightness coming from other sources. So sometimes you stretch and you stretch and you stretch and you roll and you roll and you roll and it just doesn't make that difference. So what we're going to talk about today is actually regressing the movement and giving your body a chance to learn how to do it and giving your brain a chance to pattern it correctly and actually improve your feelings of looseness and mobility within the movement. So if we take that overhead squat and we think our full movement is just to drop down, hold that bar, and come right back up. If that's our highest order movement, we want to take it down a few steps and approach it from the bottom up. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to lay down on our back. We're going to get in a core stabilized position, stomach braced. We're taking a very light band, and we're just going to drive up into that overhead squat position, hold it for a few seconds, and come on up. We'll get like 8 to 10 reps, okay? Points of performance, braced abs, mobile scapula, okay? And attention through the hips. Without standing up makes it a little bit easier to be stable, focus on that shoulder, focus on the hips, whatever your limiting factor is. If we master that, we make it a little bit more complex. We come up, we grab another light band, and we get our RNT posterior lunge. So we got that arm up in our overhead squat position. We do a posterior lunge, stabilize the body, coming up to single leg stance. Again, we're gonna go with like 8 slow reps. Points of performance are keeping that thumb back, just like we will in our overhead squat. Brace in the midline, avoiding our want to extend to find stability. And finally, we get even more complex. All right, so a lot of us when we do overhead squat will lose the bar forward. So we use our RNT overhead squat to exacerbate that error so our body learns how to correct it. So the bands actually mimic my bar, and there's a lot of pressure going to that common error. And I'm just going to hit a nice slow tempo overhead squat, okay? I'll hit 8 to 10 reps. Points performance are keeping the bar back, stabilizing again without extending. And then finally we go and we grab our bar and we hit a few overhead squats, better, safer, worse. We have our program from very, very simple all the way up to complex that actually gets you awake and tuned in, ready to do the movement. We want to break our habit of just rolling, laying on the ground, and going into dynamic movement and actually bridge that gap to performance with a couple preparatory movements. Have fun with the Open.